Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to look at this brand new tank, the Caliban. Well, this tank has actually been around for a little while now, but Wargaming was supposed to sell it a while ago. They pulled the plug on the sale, and now they have decided to put it in crates for you to be able to try and get. Now, is this tank worth it? What's the tank like, and should you try your luck? Now, I'm going to start off. This is a very, very, very difficult tank to judge. Like, it's what it basically is a tier 8 Deathstar. It's a tier 8 Deathstar, except for it's a heavy tank and not a tank destroyer. But it's such a difficult tank to play. There's a number of reasons why it is such a difficult tank to play, which we will get to. So let's look at the stats and we'll talk about them individually. So the armor, it's not got any armor really. The turret is 120, but other than that, it's not really got any armor whatsoever. So you do have to be very, very careful with that. And even though it is a heavy tank, honestly, do not play it like a heavy tank. Do not go front line. Do not go with your mediums. This is why I'm saying it is a very difficult tank to play, because it is more like a tank destroyer, and you've got to kind of play it either like a tank destroyer or with full support. You've got to make sure you've got that full support, because if you get caught out on your own, you are going to get wrecked. So the armor profile doesn't really exist. The DPM is not great at 1747. Now, we are running it with calibrated shells. Even though it's not got no DPM, we are still running it with calibrated shells for one reason alone, which we will get to. So the reload time on this thing is basically 20 seconds. That's a long time for a reload. 20 seconds for the reload. The penetration, you've got 229 on your AP, and of course you've got 187 millimeters on your hesh. Yes, it has hesh, and it is absolutely beautiful when it pays off. And that is why you run it with calibrated shells, because it's got the hesh, or because it's got the HE. You need to get that. You have to rely on the HE, and that's why you want as much penetration as you can on that HE. Now, you've got a 580 damage alpha shot on your AP, but of course you want to be shooting as much hesh as you possibly can, because that is 860. Now, it doesn't have any premium rounds. The hesh is the premium, and it is the HE, so you've only got 2 rounds, the AP and the hesh. So yeah, I mean, 860, if you can get that, it will pay off, and it is absolutely lovely. Now, the aim time is, yeah, it's not good at 5.8. On top of that, the dispersion isn't good at 0.474. On top of that, it does have 8 degrees of gun depression, which isn't bad, but yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of a hard tank. And also, on top of all that, it only goes 30 kilometers per hour. So it can be a fun tank to play, but it can also be one of the most boringest tanks to play. You think of a Deathstar in tier 8, I mean, it's slow, the aim time is crap, the dispersion is crap, the armor is crap. So yeah, overall, on paper, it's not the best of tanks. Now, when I tested this tank, I was not a lover of it. And you had other people like his Royal Fatness, of course. He's in a different league. But yeah, I think, absolutely loved it. But there was a lot of people that really did not like this tank. And if I was honest, like, I don't think this tank is going to be OP. Obviously, when you get shot from the HE and it pens, you're going to get a lot of your alpha off you. 860 up to over maybe 1,000 damage from you. But yeah, it's just got too many for me, it's got too many negatives. And the main negative for me is that speed. I really, really, really wish that wargaming would make this tank a lot more quicker. And I don't mean like 60 kilometers an hour, but it's 30. Maybe make it to 40, and I think that is all this tank would need. And I still don't think it would be overpowered. Now, of course, there are going to be other reviews out there, Droodles, Fatness, and whoever else that might think this tank is overpowered, and that is absolutely their opinion, and that's fine. But personally, for me, I don't think it's overpowered. It can be a fun tank to play, but I just think that there is too many negatives, and it takes a lot of skill to be able to play this tank. And obviously the average player is not as skilled as a few other people. So the average player will really struggle in this tank. They really will struggle in this tank. So we don't have the most fantastic battles. We tried to have some games, but also on top of all that, on top of the speed, the armor, the aim time, the accuracy, the traverse as well, the turret traverse especially, is absolutely slow as hell. It really is slow. And you could just see there the dispersion, like it's a hard tank to play. But a lot of you might enjoy it. Now, a few people were saying, like, if you like the Deathstar, then you're going to like this, because it is a tier 8 Deathstar, but obviously it is slightly different than a Deathstar. It doesn't play exactly like a Deathstar. But yeah, I just wished, I don't mind the accuracy, I don't mind the aim time, I don't mind the armor, I don't mind anything else really, but the only thing that really bothers me is that speed and the traverse. At least if they changed one of them, give it good traverse or give it good speed, then I think this tank would be a fun tank to play. And as you can see, when you could do damage like that, 950 damage into that Black Prince, then yeah, that's nice. It is nice when you can when you're able to do that. So you can obviously pick up a bit of damage because you got that high alpha. But of course, again, I don't know where that shot went. No idea where that went, but it didn't go where I wanted it to go. And that's the thing with this. If you haven't got that support and you take that shot and you miss and you don't penetrate, I mean, another battle I had a shot, I thought it was going to pen, and I'd done 9 damage to the enemy tank. 9 damage, and then that was my game over. That was game over for me. I mean, look at this. You can pen the bottom plate of T-34 with no problem whatsoever. So all that is absolutely fine. I don't mind the dispersion. Obviously, you can't have a really, really quick, good dispersion and a really quick aim time if you've got a gun like this. I don't mind all that, but with all that, with the speed being as it is and the traverse being as it is, I can't see too many people doing well in this tank, if I'm honest. I might be surprised, but it's definitely a tank that I want. It definitely is a tank that I want. I enjoy it. I don't mind it because I love the Hesh. You know, I'm a Hesh man. I love anything with Hesh. And yeah, this is one of those that can be fun, but it all depends on how you play the tank. Personally, I do find it better playing the tank with I'm going to die now, but playing the tank kind of like a tank destroyer, kind of like you would play a Borzik or something like that. Now, a few people were going to say, like, it's a heavy tank. How can you tell people to play it like a tank destroyer? If I'm sitting at the back of the map and I'm going to get absolutely moaned at from people, they're going to cuss me. But yeah, I mean, here we are playing it front line. We wanted to go, but we do have our team with us. So if you are not going to play it like a tank destroyer, I mean, look here, I'm going to get absolutely wrecked. Come out and I get wrecked. But I do manage to do 723 damage to the AMX 5100 there. And that's what you've got to look at. You've got to look at these shots. I know it's got the AP, and of course it's still 500 plus alpha on the AP, which is nice. But it's all about the HE. It really is. You need to get as much HE damage out as you possibly can. So yeah, I mean, right now, no, I wouldn't recommend the tank because obviously it is in crates, and I don't want anyone to go and spend all their hard-earned money on crates and then not even be able to get the tank. And again, yeah, you can, again, another nice shot into the side of that tiger, almost 900 damage. But yeah, it's definitely a tank I will be getting. At some point I will be getting. Hopefully the next time it does come for sale, it will be in either gold or money, probably gold. I should imagine it won't be there yet. I shouldn't imagine it'll be a while. But I mean, look at that shot. That was my fault. I got lucky here because I'm thinking I'm going to die, and the Borzik there protecting me, he saved my life. So I'm really thankful for that. So thank you very much, Borzik. So now it is just a 4 versus 4. I want to get this shot on the J Panther, and that's another thing, because the aim time is so bad as well. Do make sure that you aim your shots, guys. Like, don't try and snapshot this, because the accuracy is not there, the aim time's not there, and if you miss your shot, then you've still got to then wait another 20 seconds before you have reloaded. So we're just going to get this, pretty much this final shot into the back of this Object 252U. Nice bit of hesh, 881 damage done to him, and that is what you can do with this hesh, and this is why I absolutely love hesh. But the Caliban is here. You are able to try to get it in crates, but right now I wouldn't recommend it. I would wait, because there's no guarantee that you would get the tank. No matter how much money you spent, you're not going to guarantee the tank unless it's charms, which it probably is. I don't know at this point, but by the time the video is released, you'll probably know. I'm hoping it is charms, because that at least gives something back. You can guarantee a tank after a certain amount of crates, but it still isn't worth that much money. So just wait, just be patient, wait for it the next time it does come around. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69. Let me know your thoughts on the Caliban, if you're going to come up against it, if you've got it and you enjoy it. How do you play it? Let me know in the comments below, and hopefully people that do have the Caliban can look at the comments and they can take your advice as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With